Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, reached that trend line. I think we talked about that in one of the last videos. This trend line on the daily chart and is being rejected there. This is one of the resistance, let's say, parameters we talked about in the last video. And this is the daily chart. I mean, we're not going to dive into the micro here on the daily chart, but we're going to take a look at it for sure in a few minutes, but wanted to take the opportunity just to remind everybody on the bigger picture. Diving, too deep into the smaller time frames can mean that people forget about the bigger picture and the context. So whatever happens, whether we get another low, a lower low in the next pullback, or whether a higher low forms, the idea is still that we should get one more high in this cycle. And the next rally could be the last one. It can happen quickly. Just remember that this rally from the early November low, that rally took us from like 65K to like 100K, in a couple of weeks, right? So please be aware that I'm watching for one more high in this cycle. And, I'm not telling you that it will top then, but the wave count will be technically full, which means if we get one more high, it could be the last rally in this cycle. Okay, I made several member live streams about this topic. I made specific videos about this topic. It's just so important to be aware of that. A lot of altcoins also don't necessarily need more than one more high. So that would, fall in line nicely. And the overall idea is that we should get one more high in this fifth wave on the Bitcoin chart before a larger correction unfolds. Whether that means the bull market is over, or it means a substantial correction, which could be just part of the bull market, but still a major correction. Well, we will have to talk about that as we go along and work through the patterns. I think both are possible. We discussed those in previous videos. Yeah, and now I think we're just waiting for evidence if this fifth wave to the upside is indeed unfolding. I'm leaning to the idea because the rally looks, decent from the low. We have also on several altcoin charts small 5-wave patterns from the last low, from this week's low. But again, that takes us now to the microstructure. So let's take a look at it. On the micro level, we can identify a potential 5-wave move up from the last low. So again, the idea is here on the short-term chart, 30-minute chart, that this C wave to the downside in wave 4 could still be extending. I mean, that would be an extended move down. It might take us to round about 82K. However, the market would need to break below this support area to confirm that. And it is located between 91,645 and 96,233. This is the wave 4 that I showed you on the larger time frame. So we could easily get another low, absolutely, on the larger time frame. This is possible here, okay? But the current thesis is due to the 5-wave move up that the wave 4 already bottomed. But they are both plausible. It's just on the daily chart, it doesn't really matter. That's just noise. Here on the short-term chart, we now, in this pullback, we have to observe the structures very, very specifically. In the blue scenario, the low already finished. The low is in, okay? Both possible. We were then watching for evidence, like a 5-wave move up, which unfolded nicely. We saw early indications that this would happen. It happened, and the fifth wave is also very healthy. So that's good. Nothing to complain about here. And just looking for that wave 1, I think. So this move up could be wave 1 of the next move up. And the pullback would be a wave 2. I've now sketched sort of, microstructures here. It is impossible to say how exactly this correction will unfold because corrections are choppy and kind of unpredictable patterns. What we can do, though, is to add the standard support area to the chart, which is between 91,645 and 96,233. And when the market is coming down into this area, we can watch for support. And there are levels around, additional levels around $94,870 and $93,526. These could provide additional support. Now, we haven't even broken below the previous swing low. I want to see that next. But based on price action, I'm favoring that the correction could be unfolding. It might be shallow. It might just be a shallow wave too. Absolutely. I mean, again, if it's a bullish phase, then this could be a really shallow pullback. Usually, Elliott Wave guidelines tell us that a wave 2, which this would be, could finish in the region of a previous wave 4 of one lesser degree. So we talk here around this area, around 94,870 to 96,233. I'd like to see a little bit more structure before committing here to a micro count. I'm just sketching out how this could play out. Next, structural support, and this is not so important from an Elliott Wave point of view, but obviously we need a break below that low to unlock those lower prices, and the price is currently holding above it, but that is at around 98,650. And then we have some structural support around 96,550, 650. Okay, so these are the parameters to watch for today. Could we get another extension? I mean, absolutely. You know, it's possible. Just the wave count to the upside is very full for a wave 1. And the next resistance level would be here around 102,750. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.